Maybe this is a little too ominous to just do the friggin' character creation, because...
Oh, it's good.
No, man.
Okay, never mind. Oh, I fucked it up. I already fucked it up. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start with the whole preparing to play thing, because this is all the questions that I have to ask to put this all together. We kind of did a lot of this already in chat, which is kind of nice. But, Step 0, I guess, is define the corporations. So everybody gets to define one corporation, and then I get to make up my own. I think we have some in the Google Drive, but maybe we should just go around.
I think, yeah, only I put mine in there, so.
Right.
Wait, what do we need? Sorry, what?
We're gonna start with corporations. Lauren, what was your corporation, and like, what's their name, and what did they do? What's their like specialization?
Oh, shit! What was it? I thought I had it somewhere on here.
I can tell you because I remember.
You can tell me because.
But I wanted you to tell me.
Okay, so to tell you the thing, which is not me stalling at all right now, while I open the document because I don't remember. Michelle,
It's called
please.
Insight?
It's called Insight.
There you go.
They are global positioning, sort of like GPS company, something like that.
Yeah, and so they basically have equipment, I figure, in airspace everywhere, so they kind of have an eye on things. But, yeah. I don't have heist ideas. But, no, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is just to define, like, the corporations that are gonna try and kill you at some point. Thomas, what was yours?
I kind of have two, like we talked about. So so the one that's like a proper corporation is called Profilife Services, and it's kind of like a consolidated monopoly of a bunch of like medical stuff, so medicine, hospitals, like pharmaceutical development, insurance, all in one corporation, and like you kind of have to use all of their products and do all the stuff they tell you to do, or you don't qualify for health, like your health care anymore. And if you can't go to their hospitals and get their medicine, you're pretty fucked. Like, your only options are like shady backstreet doctors who are either criminals or just have no good medicine or tools, or going to their like free clinics, which, you know, they paint in this very rosy light of, oh, we're helping people and it's just out of our like charity, but really this is like their testing centers. This is where they test all their new medicines before they use it on their paying customers. So if they just kill you or really fuck you up, you know, so be it.
It's probably in the fine print somewhere.
Yeah.
That is perfectly ominous.
Did you want me to explain the other one as well, or do you want me to leave that for now?
That's not really a corporation, but I mean, I guess why not if we're talking about groups.
Sure. The other one's a little more straightforward. It's more of like a criminal organization in a way. They're called the Brokerage. It's a group of hackers, and they basically work like information brokers. So they trade in secrets, they trade in information. People will buy or sell secrets to them, and they employ hackers, and they kind of like, if a client comes for a job that needs a hacker, they'll work as like the middleman and set one up with the other. And that's it.
Cool. For, I guess, if I'm going down the line, actually no, well, Thomas, I don't know what your corporation, or not Thomas, Brock, you're not Thomas, I don't know what your corporation is. What is your corporation?
Weird. So my corporation is Tatsuko Dynamics, which I'll type out. But their like catchy advertising name is Tatsudyne, because I thought that was more cyberpunky.
That is more cyberpunky.
And they are like an arms developer They're like mostly into like military tech, so they make guns. They have kind of like a sideline, and like they might make like jeeps or like maybe even like tanks. They also have like a slightly commercial thing, and like their weird subsidiaries. Like they probably just make like a car that people drive, and weird like machinery things like that. They have a lot of engineering expertise in. And they also branch out into like military cyberware. So they're all about just like military technology. They're not like the only arms corporation in the world, but they're clearly the biggest. They're like the hot, like, if you're another megacorp and you have like your private security forces and stuff, like you want to have a Tatsudyne gun because like they're cool as fuck. And then there's like the lame other ones that like some smaller corporation makes, but they're like very slick, high quality guns. And yeah.
Knowing what class you're choosing, that makes very sense.
Yes.
So the one I'm putting in here is the Benkei Corporation. They are like, the way I think of it is kind of like, sort of, not what Google does, but what, like, all the stuff Google has. So, like, they're big on, like, mass data storage and data security, and they'll have, like, a massive server farm where all of your data, like, if you're saving anything to the cloud, it goes there. And I thought they also have, like, a secondary subset that's dedicated to, like, building security and, like, drones and patrol droids and stuff like that. But now that I see all these corps, they probably work with Tatsudyne, which is good. I will write that out. And everyone would know their president, Takao Miyamoto, because he's like super prolific, famous, and he's in the public eye all the time, and he really likes showing off. So, I guess, so those will be our 4 corporations for now, and then like later, I guess whenever people join, they can add another one, but those are the people that right now you'll know about and are kind of like gonna keep an eye out, and if they find out what you guys are doing, you might have to worry about them at some point.
Michelle, did you see my message to you on Roll20?
I did.
Okay.
Yes. We're gonna
Cool.
have to. Well, like when you figure out a name for it, it's fine.
Excellent. Oh, should I say it then, or?
Yeah. I mean, if you want, if that's what you're going with, you might as well.
Okay. So my as yet named company, because I have to actually think of a name because I didn't do that, is basically a Korea-based chaebol. So it's a conglomerate, like all of them, but it's based in vehicles. The end. Like, so pretty much anything that moves.
They make real cool
Cars.
cars.
Yeah, they make dope cars. They make military vehicles. They make all that shit. And I'm not even just talking like big transport. Like we're talking like transport, like aircraft carriers, all that shit too. Anyway, that's it. Bye.
I just wrote cars next to yours on like
Excellent.
these notes I'm making.
Do we want to like take a hot 5 and come up with a name for that so that we can like use that going forward?
Probably be good.
Yeah.
Car Corporation.
I mean, if you want to
Perfect.
think about one while I go through
Give
this
me
stuff,
literally like 3 minutes, and then that'll be great.
Yes, it's just called Carp.
Corporation.
Carp Corp.
Perfect.
No, that's not.
That's it. I'm writing it down.
Canon.
I'm kidding. I'm not writing that down.
Thank you, Lord. Anyway, what else?
Okay, well, that's it for corporations. The next thing is to choose a playbook, but everybody already chose one. We've got Lauren as the driver, and Thomas as the hacker, and Brock as the killer. So that's that. Step 2 is name and describe your character.
Is Furman participating or just listening?
Oh, right. Yeah, because we're gonna. Well, it's hard for you to participate right now, right? Like with voice and stuff.
Yeah, I only have like 20 minutes, and then I'll have to go. So
okay.
I'm just happy to be here.
Aw,
Hi, Herman.
I don't like this song. It's too slow. Okay. So name and describe your character, as if we haven't done this already. Choose a handle or street name. Each character has a number of options to choose from. Do you have distinctive tattoos? Do you have synth skin or hair? Cosmetic implant? Do you wear a uniform? Are you covered in corporate logos? Cool things like that. We kind of already know everybody's stuff, but like maybe we'll just do a quick introduction so we don't have to do it later.
It'd be good just
Not
to
it.
get it all in like a
Starting from
sound
the
good.
other side then. Brock.
Okay. I can do the link. Broadcast.
Oh, that's so
Um,
useful.
So he is known as Terminus, which is clearly like his handle. That's not his real name. He's kind of what he looks like in the picture. He's got a lot of, his tongue is not always out. That is a thing that people can put in or out of their mouths. But he's got like that shit in his face, like he's clearly been like operated on in his head area, and they have like the sort of stylized replacement skin stuff going on. You can like see all the grooves in his face. He's got like shit in his eyes that are glowy. I guess you'd probably only see him if we worked together. You would have seen him like in his armor, which is kind of like that. He's got like an undersuit, like that sort of a wetsuit Navy SEAL thing, and then over top is like his it's sort of like hyper advanced riot gear from like modern police. Like it's got like a chest and
Oh.
arm guards, but it's made out of like polymers and metal and stuff. It's not like Kevlar and fabric. And he wears like a full mask, helmet thing that has like a cool cyber, like it's got a blue eye slit, like a, you know, how like a medieval helmet would have, except it's a light, it's like a big T. And yeah, he's a killer, I guess you would know that about him. His job is, his expertise is going in and hurting people, being on the ground. And yeah.
Perfect. We're gonna go over to Lauren.
What? Oh man. Okay, hold on.
JK Thomas.
Too late.
Okay.
Too late,
Fuck.
Lauren.
Wait! God damn it! Okay. This is Kim Jae-won. He's a driver, so he's... Oh, God. I hate this. Anyway, he's 24, I think. So he's 24-ish. He's from Korea. And where are we, by the way, now? Like, I'm just trying to figure out.
I think the consensus was Neo Rio. Just because the thought was it doesn't really matter exactly where it is because it's gonna be an international
It's the
hub
same city
anyways.
regardless,
Yeah, it's gonna
basically.
look the
Yeah.
same. It's
That's
gonna feel
true.
the same regardless of where it is. And also Neo Rio. Those were the
Mostly
arguments
Neo
put
Rio.
towards for that.
Mostly. God, of course you make it a name with a fucking R in the freaking name for the Asian.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not doing an Asian accent, but yeah. Anyway, so I was just curious where the fuck we were. Sorry.
That's a good question.
Anyway.
Where the fuck is the
Um,
city?
Yeah. He's just basically been driving for as long as he's been able to. He started learning when he was not supposed to, and when he was in like middle schoolish, like every other kid does with like their dad or whatever, and then got in an accident. You would all know this. It's not a secret. Got in a really bad accident that left him without use of his legs. He was a paraplegic, like wheelchair status paraplegic for a couple of years, and then got synthetic like implants, which you've all seen probably. So I don't really want to rehash it if I don't need to. Yes, no.
What about his
I
legs?
mean, I think we know that they're robot
Yeah.
legs, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, robot legs basically. that just guys, sorry. Getting a call. Hold on.
Oh. Okay, so Thomas.
Well, but then Lauren won't know what about my character.
Okay, so this dog.
It's dog, though.
I'm sorry, guys.
Are you back?
It's cool, we're back at the dog.
No, I'm not back. Hold on.
It's okay. We're just watching the dog. What's this dog's name
Oliver.
and class?
Um,
Pusher?
Cordy, I think.
It's probably a pusher, right?
Oliver the pusher dog.
I feel like this dog could convince me to do things.
You know, I could see that.
I share its vision of happily bounding around on the ground.
To, like, weird electronic music.
Okay,
Let
sorry.
me give you a better song, Oliver. Sorry. Do
Aw.
continue.
No, I want to go back to Oliver. Anyway.
We all
okay.
do.
So, he's been driving for a really long time and basically got into the whole driving around for cash things because he just wanted to drive more, he wanted to drive faster and like have an excuse to, and show off his car. He likes his car a lot. You've all seen it. It's really pretty. He's just got a really good reputation. And oh yeah, so his legs, this is just a flavor thing, but yeah, so when he drives, he basically through like the implant he has had, the neural implant he has for his legs, he can also interface with the car like through his legs. I know it's weird, but so basically, yeah, when he uses that with the car, he oh my god, I'm sorry guys, there's issues over here that I'm having right now.
He's
Okay.
got robot legs.
Robot legs. Can't move when he's driving the car remotely. But wheelchairs are good for that. Anyway, yeah, he does things. It's great. Bye.
Okay, and he has very pretty hair.
Oh yeah, yeah.
My
thank you.
favorite thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. You wanted all that shit.
Well, no, just I wanted to say my favorite thing from the sheet that Lauren sent me about our character was that he has cotton candy pink hair and he's not sorry. And I thought that was fantastic. Thomas.
Okay.
oh my god, I'm sorry.
I wanted to ask, what do we call your character?
J1.
J1? Does he go by J, or does he like J1?
His
He
name.
always got to shorten the guy's name. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like nicknames.
I mean, he's fine with J if you're that.
I
close
just,
to
what's his
him.
preference?
But yeah. Anyway, so the like actual physical things before I started babbling, because I just thought we were like freaking introducing and not just doing visual shit.
I mean, you can do it. It's whatever you want.
I just ended up rambling. I'm so sorry. I just cut you the fuck off.
No, it's cool. Just it's cool.
1,000% less apologizing and more just doing it.
Visual things like aside from the hair, wears a lot of black, but when he's not wearing black, he usually wears like K-pop-y things. So yeah, if it looks like it's like a mismatching yet expensive kind of outfit, he's probably wearing it. If you've ever seen him changing or whatever, you would see like like waist up like synthetics like starting to like mold into like him, just kind of like, you know, the shiny robotic circuitry type of things. But yeah, it's not all of him, it's just like in the muscle. But anyway, that's all I guess. He's pretty quiet, or is supposed to be, so if I don't play it that way, he's supposed to be, and I'm doing it wrong. He's pretty quiet, pretty sarcastic, not an asshole. Yeah.
I'm getting a good image of
Can
what
we-
this character's gonna be.
Can we jump back to mine? Because now I feel like I didn't describe a lot, because I just did the aesthetics.
Oh, I mean, yeah. What did I even ask for here?
It's just like introduce your characters in the list.
Yeah.
We've
Fine.
had a lot of time to think about this.
None of us know what we're doing. Brock,
It's fine.
please tell us more about your character.
It's not much. Just that everyone would know he's owned. Like he has this crazy high tech military cyberware, and that's because he works for Tatsudyne, and like he does stuff on the side, right? Like his job, quote unquote, is to like do these hits for Tatsudyne, but they only call him up like rarely, and then like he's just kind of on his own. And he's like, I'm gonna like do some crime on the side because it's fun and I'm good at it, and like I want money, and yeah, but like everybody would know that's where he's from. And if he's not in his armor, he's wearing, like it says there, he wears corporate wear. He's got like fancy, just nice suits, and probably some cool, futuristic glasses. Just very like, whatever the like fashionable rich person stuff to wear is. Like he's always in that. He's very like self-assured, even though he's like visibly, like anyone can tell looking at him like this dude is some sort of cyber soldier. Like he is not a normal dude, but he just like don't give a fuck because he's got that status in society. Like nobody's gonna touch him.
Perfect. It seems, from what I know about your character, Thomas, you're gonna be a little out of, like, you have partners that have a lot of money.
Yeah,
and wear
well,
a lot of fancy things.
It's okay. They don't have ability, and that's why they need me.
Well, that's not.
Well, they don't have
true.
my abilities.
Yeah.
So my character is Pyrat, and that's how you pronounce it, Pyrat. Because that's obviously like his hacker handle. He does not mind if people just call him Pi when we're working. He is a he looks pretty normal, I would say. He's a small guy. He's pretty young. I think he's 20 at the oldest. He is pretty like nondescript. He's just sort of a scrawny teen, with the exception that he has, his eyes are almost entirely like this pinkish red, which if you've worked with him before, you may know it comes from like a botched surgery he had at one point. And so as a result of that, he is very light sensitive, so he spends a lot of his time sort of in dark places, indoors, and whenever he goes out, he's wearing sunglasses with his like hoodie up, just to like avoid the light. Yeah, he's a hacker. He is definitely not from that like corporate life. He lives in like a shabby bar, or a shabby apartment above a bar in the like Undercity. Very much is at home in that sort of life, and like he makes money because he's working, but he puts all that money into his tech and stuff. He's not interested in living like a cushy life. And personality wise, I don't know, he's a little awkward in person, but at the same time he definitely carries an arrogance about him of like, he knows he can do this stuff, and like he's a big deal on the internet kind of person. But yeah, I think he's got a pretty decent reputation. He's relatively new, but like he's kind of like his reputation on the street is, I think, like, yeah, this is a pretty new guy, but like he's done good work.
Cool. I like it. I like this group. I'm going to skip the stats step, because if there's anything this group knows how to do, it's stats. And I'm just gonna go right to choose cyberware. Starting from, okay, Brock. What's the deal with your cyberware? Why'd you get it? And what's the tag you got for it?
So I have, I get 2 cyberware because I'm a killer.
Oh, snap.
I have a, what's it called, neural interface with targeting computer, I think it's called, or something like that. Targeting suite. So that's like the shit in his head and his eyes, that lets him interface with its guns, and like it brings up, like, no one else can see it, or there's probably like lights playing across his eyes, but like basically he can see like a heads up display when he's like using his gun, and then it's like boop 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 targets, and then he's like shoot shoot shoot. And he also has muscle graphs, which make him better at using melee weapons, and he can use synth for that as well. So I think he probably has, like, you can't see it in the portrait, but he probably has similar. There's like kind of circular, circuity looking indents, like pretty much all over his body, like on his arms and stuff. And let's see, what is the actual tag? It's enthusiastic, I think.
For
He
why
is
you got it.
owned- For why he got it, he is.
He's
Well,
just
you know,
super
like,
into.
it's many of them. Yeah, so it's like his career, obviously, but it's like he really likes being this like superhuman badass and like having this just like amazing power. And I think he was like picked up as a kid or like fairly young by Tatsudan and put in this like program for like creating cyber killers. So it's kind of been his whole life, but he's like really into it.
He's just super, like, it's been his whole world, and he's just loving it.
Yeah, like he's so down there. He's not at all like, oh man, like I wish I didn't have to do this heavy stuff, but that's just the world we live in. Like, nah, he's like loves it. And yeah, so he's owned by Tatsudan because they gave him. And it's the same, like, you know, in terms of his like fancy clothes and stuff, like mechanically we all start with the same amount of money, right? And I think that's because like he doesn't actually own any of this stuff. Like his fancy suits are because the corporation is like, sure, you can have some fancy suits, like you can live in our nice apartment that we give to you, but like you don't actually own this stuff. Like we own you and all of it. So he has like 5 cred that he's made for himself. So yeah, he's owned and enthusiastic, and all of his stuff is just like making him a real good killer.
Perfect. Thomas, what kind of cool cyberware does your guy have?
So, which is outfitted for data storage, and basically this lets him directly hardwire his brain into the Matrix. By Furman. So like the fiction in this world is basically like you can just hack on a computer with, you know, your fingers, but there's only so much speed you can get and efficiency you can get interacting with the internet that way. And if you really want to do things seriously, you have to be like directly hardwired in. So that's what the neural interface allows him to do. It has the tags encrypted and high capacity. He's basically loaded out to be able to get into places securely and steal all their good data. And I think of the tags there, again, it's a little bit of a couple, but I think the one that embodies it the most is necessity. Basically, after this surgery, which took place at ProFolife, obviously at their like free clinic, he was left out. I think he used to work for ProFolife as like a sort of young technician, just doing like computer stuff there. He had this eye thing come up. They like came up with reasons to bounce him out of his like health care, like he hadn't done something or other that he had to do to maintain qualified. He went to this free clinic, got his eyes screwed over by some like new nano robot surgery they were trying that just like completely, I think basically like his entire eyes are an enlarged pupil in a way. So he just lets like a lot of light in. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So it's like yeah, it was sort of, he went to the brokerage, or the, like, I think he knew someone who offered, the brokerage, like, offered to lend a hand, hooking him up with this neural interface. And, like, it was just out of necessity, because, like, this is how he makes money now, because he doesn't have a lot of other ways to do it.
So you're not owned by ProFolife, you are owned by the brokerage.
By the brokerage, right. And it's the kind of thing, sort of like Brock was saying, where, like, he mostly is a freelancer. Like, the brokerage might offer him jobs, but whatever, like, he takes them or leaves them. But there are times where the brokerage contacts him and is like, we need you to do this job, you're taking it, period. And it's not up for debate. And it's always super clandestine, and it's not clear what they want or why they want it, but, like, you just do it or you get your legs broke, kind of thing.
That makes sense for a group of creepy secret hackers.
Yeah.
Lauren, we know your guy has robot legs.
Yeah.
I guess you answered all of the things. Why was...
Did I answer all the things?
Well, because what'd you get,
think so.
why, and
Prosthetic, right?
how'd you afford it? So, robot
Did
legs.
Did I say how I afforded them?
You didn't say how you afforded it. I assume it's out of
Okay.
necessity because he couldn't use his legs.
Yeah, I mean, prosthetic, I guess, is technically accurate, but like legit, this kid would have killed himself if he was not able to drive. And with my whole flavor thing, he interfaces with the car through the same neural interface for his legs now, so he has to go through his legs to drive. So yeah, it's weird.
Okay. So yeah, how'd
for-
he get them?
For the cost, Michelle, we talked about that, right? Because it's the same, I think. But anyway, so basically, someone found out that he needed legs and helped him basically afford it, so he's owned. Yeah, because they agreed to help him on terms. So
Is
Who
this
is he
one of
owned
the
by?
corporations that we have, or is this just some like secret mystery person?
No, that's not the corporation that you have, which is Ohm Motors, by the way. But I'll spell it out on chat later when I'm not holding down push to talk. But yeah, it's a different company that I haven't figured the name out. I haven't figured out yet, but yeah.
Cool. So everybody here is owned by somebody. That's interesting.
It is.
Okay, I would tell you what the next step was, but everything's frozen. Good.
Choose playbook moves.
Choose playbook moves. Choose
Thank
gear.
you.
I'm assuming we've done that. Consider background and contacts is after that.
Okay, so perfect, I got it. So yeah, we talked about background with everything else, more or less. Let's talk about directives because that's interesting to me. Let's start with Thomas on this one. What's your directives?
So my two directives are probably pretty obvious from my backstory, but the first one is network, which is when your membership in the brokerage hinders the mission, mark experience.
That makes a lot of sense.
And the second one is vengeful, which is when you harm
Hey,
Profile
put 'em
Life
out on the
Services or...
thingy.
Oh, I can do that.
Oh shit, you can.
Yeah.
When you harm Profile Life Services or their interests, mark experience. Because fuck
Nice.
those guys.
They fucked your eyes up. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Reals though.
Brock?
Yes. So my first directive is violent,
I'm
which
not
as I said
surprised.
before
Oh shit.
is because he just fucking loves to do what he do. I think he has this weird probably because he's lived in this kind of sheltered existence. He's like, I am a weapon, and weapons kill people. I have guns and swords, and I'm not here to fucking bonk a dude on the head or do any of that. I was made to kill, and that's what I'm gonna do, and I fucking love it because it feels good. And I was about to say something else about that. I totally blanked. So I guess I won't. His second one is hierarchic. When you improve your standing or impair a rival standing on Tactico Dynamics Mark Experience, and that one really appealed to me because the idea of rival cyber ninjas was fucking cool. I don't even think he cares that much about Tatsudyne. He's not oh man, he's not climbing the corporate ladder, but there's this sense, I think there were these other kids who were put in this program with them, and there's a bunch of them, and there's this sense of competition between them.
Oh,
I mean,
I
they were
like
probably-
that so much.
They're probably all also working on the side, everybody's sort of, I feel just everybody in the corporate world is kind of making money on the side, because corporations don't give a shit as long as you don't fuck them over. So
Would you say he wants to be the very best?
he absolutely does.
No one ever was.
Exactly.
Like
Just so.
Madonna was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's yeah, they're these other cyber ninja killers that are probably he's probably come up against, or is very aware that he might have to fight them someday.
Sorry, I'm just writing this down. Ash Ketchum.
Please.
Okay.
Well. That's what you
See, now you've made a mistake because you know Michelle's gonna have Gary win.
Really, I don't like this. Personally.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, never.
What was I gonna say? Lauren, what's your directives?
Okay, so first directive is illustrious. When your desire for fame draws unwanted attention to the mission, mark experience.
Oh damn.
He's a young adult who drives a fast car for his living. He isn't a loud kid, but he does like being known for what he does and being good at it and being fast and maybe showing off in his car. So that's the first one. I figured there'll be a bit of that. And then other one is intimate. This is okay. I need to talk to everybody about this one because I don't know, because it just says when you put your friend blank in the head of the mission, mark experience. I don't really know how this should work. If it's like supposed to be someone that like we know,
Well,
like
I
What
think
we
it's
can
supposed to be
do-
a specific contact. Like there's a person.
yeah, I
who's a
know. So I'm like,
character.
there needs to be someone. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
So you
But
can-
that's an opportunity for you
Make
to
someone,
create that. Yeah.
You can either have a friend in your group that you do things with, or you can make a contact. Everybody has the ability to just make one up because that's a cool thing to do.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's everybody's directives. Links. This is a thing I was excited to get to.
Me too.
So we have each player describes and introduces their character. We got that. Each player will tell everybody about a job their character did against one of the corporations established in Step 0. Yeah, I don't know about this, guys. What do you think?
Let's do it. We just need to figure out the like who's to who's left is the only thing.
Well, hang on. Describe your character's role.
What's your character order in Roll20? Mine's Terminus Pirate, Jaylon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just do that and then just make it loop back around.
So it's Thomas to my left, so to speak, and then like that.
I think you would be to my left. Which I know we talked about it, Brock. I think it
Like this, the
might.
pictures. Look at the pictures. Like
I feel like I go and I'm the first, and then like the person
Like
associated to
J1
me
is
is
to your
Pyrat.
left.
say
well,
it
like,
again.
To your right.
Yeah, I guess I'm like if I was me, facing in
You were
this
you.
direction, just like started
Oh,
reading.
like
It's
where
like
your the way your character is facing Pyrat would be to your
well,
left.
just like because we're starting with me, and then there's like nothing actually to
Just
my
go
left.
by the pictures, dude. To the right of Pyrat is Terminus.
It'll be fine, Brock. I know we talked about it, but I think there's going to be some wiggle room for you. Because I'm going to change things a little.
All right, whatever.
Also, this isn't a very big group.
Yeah, I mean, it's either clockwise or counterclockwise.
Let's just
Okay.
Okay, so this whole thing is
Oh.
for me to
Oh, go ahead.
figure out the countdown clocks for all of these corporations to see which of these guys hates you the most. That's the bottom line of this. So I guess we'll start with Brock then. So
alright.
yeah, talk about a job you did against one of these corporations. Describe your role in the job, and you should play a leading role in a job, which makes sense. It specifically says this is a chance to show off a little, so everybody show off your shit.
Probably.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be nice, because we're all owned, and I feel like that's such a fucking like beehive. So I'm gonna be nice, and I'm gonna say my job was against the Benkei Corporate.
See, now this is Brock. That's why I was going to be against Benkei.
That's fine.
I mean, we might just jack the shit out of.
That's totally fine. You guys can do that. No, this
Well,
is
okay.
good
Do
because
what?
No,
I
no,
missed
it can
it.
be against Profilife. I would like to personally. I'd like to spread out our clocks so that we're not like super aggro when we start.
Guys, I actually haven't really read that part of the playbook, so I don't really know what's happening right now.
Just think about a mission you did against one of these corporations.
I did that already.
Oh,
I'm
we're
good.
Yeah, so we're thinking kind of meta here because if two people do a mission against
We all gang
the
up
same
on
one.
Benkei. Benkei's gonna hate us.
Yeah, and then it's going to
Okay.
be hard for you if you ever do a job in the future against or for them.
Okay, but I can be against Profilife because it doesn't matter to me, and that's not one that we're on by either. And I'm sure Pyrat's down with like helping out on that job for sure. So I think I'm a killer. I don't know much. I just I think Tatsudine was like, hey, there's this like mid-ranking corporate official in Profilife, and like for some political corporate competition reason that like it's not your business, we want him taken out. I think he lived in like a dope, like a mansion somewhere. Like, it's all super urban, but like people find ways, like they bought up this block of the city and like made it look with planted trees, and there's like huge walls, and like it's super walled off, but like it's a house just in the middle of the city, because this dude is rich. And it was just Terminus's job to like get in there and kill this dude, and so like he got that covered, but they have all this like cybersecurity. There's like turrets and gates and alarms and things. So he commissioned this hot young hacker. Well, I guess Thomas is the one who decides why he was there, although he has to be. But so he went in and just like did his thing. Like I think people afterwards heard about it because it was like gnarly, because this place was full of goons, like suits with submachine guns and things, and Terminus like had no reason to be stealthy because he had one mission, which was just to like wipe the place out. So like he just busted in and was like shooting the place up with his assault rifle, and then like got inside and was using his katana and just slicing stuff up, and it was bloody as hell, and just there was nobody left when he was done.
I love how he's like a ninja Terminator.
He's like a ninja, but like it's not. He's a ninja because he has a sword, not because he's stealthy. Although he can be, but like ultimately not.
Okay, so
that was his
so Thomas, if you have anything to like throw in with that, I will make sure Profilife remembers this.
Oh, for sure. So,
A little achievement, just bloop.
yeah, if we were doing stuff against Profilife, I definitely, as Brock said, like my primary objective here was manipulating their security systems, like opening up doors for Terminus, shutting down turrets, or turning the turrets against the enemies when I could. Just keeping him in the clear and letting him do his thing. And he was like tough to keep up with, like, because he's a fast dude. I was like a little impressed about like I was like hacking as fast as I could just to keep up with him on the ground, but managed. And like as he's just wrapping everyone up, I figure while I'm here, why don't I just like fuck over one of their lead surgeons and like found some shitty like results of some like surgeries he'd botched, and then just like publish them on a message board somewhere.
Oh
And
shit.
Nice. And then Lauren, if you feel like you were on that job, you can jump in and like say how you were involved, but you're not mandatorily.
It's optional, and like whenever we do that, it will increase their clock more, but like we'll also get more links. So it's a benefit and a setback at the same time.
I don't know. Like that doesn't sound like there's a lot of like needing to. I don't know. Do you guys think that there's like a need for one there?
I mean, like we could have had a getaway driver, or like it's up to you though. Like if you want to jump in and like.
I can be in it, but really the only thing that really would be exceptional in that case might have been just, it's in the middle of the city, so navigating like really like the house, right? So really heavy that's the house that he was in, right? At home?
Yeah, it's like in this
The guy
guy's
that you're taking
mansion.
out, yeah. And so, I mean, getting out, there's probably heavy traffic. So I guess just good, fast driving.
Knowing
No one
the
got
city,
caught.
figuring that
No one
shit out.
died.
Yeah, nobody died.
Yeah.
Everybody was epic.
Only- Yeah.
Was there a chase? Because like I was making a mess, and like we probably got
Yeah, he
caught.
was
Cops
not
definitely got
quiet about
called.
this. Yeah.
Lots of weaving. Lots of bleeding, lots of explosions. Very Michael Bay.
Okay, so continue to let each other player tell you if and how their character is involved. If their character is involved, they take +1 links with your character. So does that mean that with this one, everybody gets +1 links with Terminus?
Lauren and I both get +1 links. with
So
Terminus.
everyone gets
Yes.
+1 with Terminus, and I'm going to do some clock things in a second.
So in the box, do we just put Terminus and then 1?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You should
So
just add a
you-
field for me and Brock, and like we'll each have 2 fields for each of us.
Cool.
You guys get links with me, but I don't get links with you. Is that correct?
Not
Or do
yet.
we all just
Yeah,
get- is it
everybody.
reciprocal?
Yeah, you'll get links when you do stuff with
Right.
us.
Yeah. So, hang on. Beautiful. Okay, I'm starting like a sheet for myself. This is so pretty. Thomas, same thing.
Okay, so mine's a little similar in a way, but what I think the job was this guy came to the brokerage looking to sabotage just sort of a mid-ranking official in Benkei Corp. And so, you know, the goal was to go in and just like hack into this guy's information, find some dirt, and, you know, ruin him. And so I think the tricky thing here was like Benkei Corp has really good cybersecurity because like that's the thing they do is protecting information. And so we needed some solution to you know, remain safe, and I think the like a site, like it was a closed network, you couldn't do it remotely, so I needed to like actually get nearby at least. And I think once we were in, yeah, you know, it was just a lot of, it's hard to explain it in like a flashy, impressive way because it all happens on the Matrix, and like to anyone on the outside, I'm just like sitting there doing nothing. But you know, they had really impressive security. I managed to sneak my way through all of it. He works very stealthily on the Matrix, and he managed to like infiltrate his way in. It turns out that the information this guy was holding, he found the stuff he needed, but they were also storing, this guy was also storing a lot of weapons designs from Tatsudyne. And it was just a complete, like, that's not why they were there, but it was just a gold mine in a way. So he pulled all this, like, design data, and they made a killing on it. And one product of that is he kept one of the designs for himself and built himself a little gun that sort of works. But yeah, I think that's what really like established his rep as a hacker, was like this whiz kid just pulled down like a ton of creds off this job that was only supposed to pay like, you know, a meager amount.
Sweet. So then Jaewon would have been involved in that because you had to be close to the system you were going to hack into. That was the whole deal.
If I think part of it is like, and maybe this is better if we're trying to get Jaewon involved, because what I was thinking is like he wanted to stay on the move.
Okay.
To like, he didn't want them to be able to trace his location, and a great way to do that is to literally be on the move.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm assuming like people are tailing him in the whole time anyway, right?
For sure. Yeah, like I think
Yeah.
at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, this
I
is
think-
a big fucking. This is a security company you're hacking into.
Yeah. I would like to think that like they never quite figured out who I was, and like, because Kim Jaewon did his job really well. So
Also,
like,
that car has like no fucking windows. But anyway.
yeah, so like I think this maybe caused some shit between Tatsudyne and Benkei, and like
Shit.
he dodged the blame in a way, which is like what the brokerage does, right? Like they never want to appear like they're actually doing anything.
Oh, we're getting like inter-corporation drama. I love it.
I'm already getting confused. It's all fun.
It's easier when you can see the clocks, but I don't know if I should if that should be like a public thing.
I think it can be. I think in the podcast, which is my only point of reference, it is.
I literally have not seen this still. God damn. The only one.
That doesn't sound like a job where you hired a killer to
Probably
begin
not.
with, so I don't think I would say.
Alright, so J1 gets one link with Pirate, and
Yep.
I think that's the end of that. Hey J1.
Cool. Hey. So, Jaewon's job, I think, was he was helping someone steal the plans for a major project that was going to happen at O Motors. So that involved, physical, actual prototypes, files about, for the actual models and all that stuff, plans, things like that. Basically, kind of just a big job with whoever, and he was really just the transport again, but it was a really inaccessible area out in the middle of, well, I guess there's no middle of nowhere, but in one of like the weird off the beaten path type areas of the sprawl. So there's not really a lot of places to hide, so you just have to be fast. And then once, I figure once they're in the city, then it's more leaving and like finally just hiding. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like as a driver, you're always kind of like the accessory. But yeah, the main thing was just, stealing information from the company that was like proprietary. And I think that maybe the reason they're trying to get it would be so like they could actually distribute. Stop messaging me.
So were you stealing from your own company? Like you totally could, but that's just super interesting.
Yeah. No. My own company is the other one.
Right.
That
Right.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I forgot you said that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my god, guys! Look at our colors in Roll20. We like for our drawing colors. We have such 80s colors.
Did that on purpose.
Yeah, we do.
I think Terminus was just there because like we were going into this super high security place, and like that's you bring a dude who shoots people because like that's always probably gonna come up.
And that's another
Um,
reason to have to get away too, because we have a guy who just fucking kills things when we don't
No,
have to.
like I mean he can be stealthy, but I think like inevitably like somebody trips an alarm or like some computer gets like hacked improperly or like
He's the insurance policy.
yeah, and I mean there's always like 100 guards between like you and what you're trying to get to. So like I mean he has silenced weapons, like he doesn't just blow the doors in, but like inevitably like he needed to be there. And then I don't know. Again, like maybe there was a cool chase that was like Jaewon's shit where like we wouldn't have gotten away without him being super slick. And Terminus
Nice.
is just like hanging out the door, like shooting at the stuff. They're like armored cars following them and stuff.
Dude, it's very like heisty. I like it.
Oh,
Totally
yeah. This
could
whole
use-
thing is heisty.
Yeah, totally could use a hacker.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I think just provided. I don't think I was on site for this. I think I was just hanging back in my apartment with a nice frosty Coke. But yeah, like just remotely. I don't know. Were the plans physical or digital?
I mean, it's 20XX, so probably digital.
I feel like there's
maybe-
that anachronistic like sometimes people have stuff on like a giant fucking hard drive and it's
Like
why
closed circuit
Cyberpunk. Yeah.
Kind of thing. More, not so much
oh.
like it might be digital, but like not accessible to the internet. I don't want to be there because I've already played that card, but I think like maybe you guys had to give me access from inside if it was digital.
That
Or I
makes
was just
sense.
doing support stuff, like helping with doors and cameras and whatnot, and like turning street lights in your favor.
Nice. I'm down for that. And then I guess like till Terminus is there actually protecting and never mind. J1 is not stealthy. He would not be in. Okay.
Alright, I like all that. I'm making clocks. I don't know if you could see them.
I can.
Oh,
I like that
taking over.
font too.
That's cool.
I downloaded these earlier because people actually fucking made them and it's amazing.
They're nice.
Yeah, but Tatsudyne actually doesn't have a clock with you. Oh, they kind of do, I guess, because they messed around with Benkei during that other job. So let's
I don't
do
If we
that.
think-
advance the clock, I was just thinking you would leave it at 0, but we can just
Well,
not have it until it comes
what
up.
I was reading is that if the MC will start a countdown clock for that corporation. If a countdown clock already exists, then I advance it.
Yeah, I mean they're there, like they're definitely around. I don't think they've advanced at all.
So the way I understood that was that it was like I made one if you had a job with them, and then like for every other person, then I added one.
So you're like
Yeah.
automatically at 2?
I mean, you could no. I think no. It's like she made one for Benkei, but like no one else joined, so Benkei's at 0. Because like there weren't any extras. Where like we all did Pro for Life and we all did Ohm, so where those are both advanced one.
Or wait, hang on. I might have. So wait.
Because you declare it if a countdown clock already exists. Blah.
So so you tell me about a job, and then I start a countdown clock for that corporation. But if
I
a
don't
countdown
think.
clock already exists, then I advance it, and then I advance it for whoever is involved. So maybe I actually did this wrong because some of these might have to be more.
I think Pro for Life is 2 because everyone was involved.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
you
it'd be
create it,
1. Yeah,
And then 2.
yeah. Exactly.
And then 1 for Benkei. 2 for OH Motors. Or O Motors.
O-Motors only had one person, right?
Yeah.
No, we
Just
were
me.
all
No, we were both on OH.
Oh, no, what am I talking about? That's right.
never just you.
Wait, which is the one? Oh, Benkei was the one that just had one. Okay, so then 2
Benkei's
for
just 2.
O-Motors. Perfect.
Tatsudyne's fine.
I will start one for Tatsudyne because there was that mess up with because Benkei, like they did get involved with that Benkei one, so I'll just kind of start one there.
Well, like we're gonna fuck with them eventually.
You're gonna fuck with all these
Not
guys
too
eventually.
soon.
No, okay. Do I have all of them? I don't have any for
Guys,
the
I'm so excited.
don't have any for the brokerage, but they're still cool.
You
I
could
think
add it if you
don't
wanted
Yeah,
to.
I'll just
like,
I'll just add one just so that it's there.
it's there, like where they exist, and could piss them off.
And then Lauren, whenever you figure out your other company, that your guy,
The Nav Company. Or the
the one with
other one.
yeah.
There were a lot of companies. I was getting very confused.
There's so many
Sorry.
companies.
I feel like Brock needs 2 companies.
It's not
now.
that thing. I feel like I'm the only one following the rules.
I'm just being very loose with the rules.
I think that's how the rules are meant
That's
to be
what's
played.
great about
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. Well.
Okay, so we have set all that shit up. The rules right now are that's it.
Oh.
Get a job.
Wait.
Yo.
Are you guys supposed to know about my car?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shit,
Tell
I
us
never
about that
told you.
car.
I'm
Oh, I
sorry.
could tell you about my gun.
Yo, talk about all
Tell
your
you
things.
about my gun. I can tell you about my
Okay.
deck, but I don't think anyone would care.
No, nobody has seen it.
Oh shit,
see
you
that?
actually like made a picture of your car.
Nice.
So it's that, but it's black. And I don't know. Fuck. The lights are arbitrarily gonna be purple because I said so. And or those cool LEDs. Anyway, so it is what oh, I'm sorry. What about your capitalization? I'll change it, right? Dude,
Lowercase
it's
machine
like
gun.
the
No,
font.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, I fixed it.
Like, well,
Perfect.
Love it.
I can't tell because it's that fucking font.
So it's a sick ass car with no
Sick-ass car.
windows or windscreen or anything.
Yeah, just those tiny windows like on the top, like above where the door is.
do they not even roll down?
You know what? They'll roll down because they need to, because someone needs to be able to put their arm out at least.
I was just thinking, like, if I had to shoot out
figured
of it, I would have to open the whole
figure
door and, like,
there's-
hang.
Well, that'd be kind of badass
Yeah,
too.
That's
actually.
kind of cool.
That might be cooler than sticking your head out a really small window.
Yeah, I don't think it would fit.
Yeah, it
no,
would.
no matter what.
Yeah. Oh shit! I just realized that on the actual Audi one, there's actually no windows on the back either. I thought there were.
Lauren,
But
You
anyway,
don't need any.
this is the
moving the
nerdiest.
fuck on.
This is the nerdiest question before we move on.
Go ahead.
Do the doors open in some non-traditional, futuristic
mhm.
way?
Do you want them to?
I super do.
What's it called? What's the thing when they go up?
Not
the name?
gull
Like the
wing, but
Lamborghini ones?
not
Suicide
gull wing
doors.
though, which is when they like hinge up. But I'm imagining them like slide up, like
Ooh. I don't know. Like how future are we talking? Are there like plasma fields or what?
I mean there are cars with doors that slide.
Yeah, I mean,
now.
yeah.
Okay, then yeah, that's. I don't know. Sliding just makes me think of like an escalator, like an elevator or
Are
something
they the
like
suicide doors that like go
No,
up?
not like in, but like the panel comes out and then up. Like the whole door pivots out, if that makes sense, rather than
What
like.
about a minivan.
I was just thinking
little.
like a Lambo, man. But I guess if we're doing someone hanging out the door, that doesn't work. So, shit. Sure. If you want them to slide, you can make them slide.
I mean, it's your car, man. At the end of the
It
day,
is my car. That's
those
true.
doors open how you want them to.
I had to Google suicide. Oh, there. Michelle did it for me.
Oh, that wasn't what I was thinking of. But yeah.
I mean, like obviously way more futuristic. I was just throwing that out there.
Well, I'm trying to
There are
think. I'm
many
like,
ways
I
for
actually
doors to
could.
open.
Anyway, wow, this is a thing we're actually. This is the nerdiest thing we're
I know.
both.
Okay, wait. I
It's
have
the
a
nerdiest
picture.
question, and I'm like,
I have a picture of what I'm talking about, and I think you're all going to approve.
Okay.
Well,
What's funny, dude, is like you're like, this is the nerdiest question, but I'm like having a real debate with myself here. I'm like, oh god,
How
what kind of
do
doors
the
are
doors
they?
open?
It's an important question. That's such a straight pivot.
well, I mean, yeah, but some variation on that. But
Some
that's kind
like
of what I mean. Where
cooler
like,
version where it's like kind of slanted,
sure.
but like
Anytime we
Yeah.
describe it, you can just say it's the cooler version.
make it it's the whatever you
Wait,
want
wait,
it to be in your head.
Wait, I've got
The
it.
door
I've
is
got it.
open in the coolest manner you. No, you know what? I lied. I actually know how what I want them to do. I want them to kind of. It's all. Oh my god! I need them to put the hood down. But anyway, there's too much going on. But so imagine kind of like that, but imagine it kind of sliding up over the sides on like a. Not exactly.
Like it
this, but
wraps.
okay, so if you could
yeah,
picture,
I know what you mean.
yeah, it wraps to the top.
Yeah, yeah,
like-
for sure.
Yeah. So it's like it hinges from if there's like a rail on either side of the
Right.
door, imagine it sliding up the rail
And
but
like
not
90
being able to
degrees.
see
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
future. Yeah. Cuz it's the fucking future. So yeah. They slide up. So there's like a big open space where the door would be that you could like
Awesome.
lean out of.
Glad we
Good.
glad we really
Good.
honed in on what's
Yeah,
important.
I'm really happy that we had a discussion about this.
I am too, guys. But yeah, so his car has a name because that is a thing. It's basically just Breaker. I could pronounce it the other way, but I won't. So it's funny. Oh shit! It didn't change my name. Anyway, so it's funny because he broke his back in a car accident. So his car's Breaker.
Oh,
Anyway.
morbid jokes.
morbid jokes. But anyway, so it's a racing car. Profile +2, power is +2, looks is +2, has 1 weakness and no armor.
What's its
So
weakness?
it's loud. It's really
Jealousy.
loud.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah. And it has machine guns, so I figure we'll do like swivel type James Bondy things from the front and the back, but coming out of like the light area. So yeah.
So since we're sharing, just real quick, hold on, because I'm super
The
proud of this.
Terrar.
I
I
was
did.
I was gonna
Just
say
a mere 7 files that you can use
I was-
to.
I was gonna say maybe we'll go to Brock next because I see he sent us a RAR file.
Ooh, that's awesome.
I could
I like that
never-
there's 7 of them.
I could never find like one picture, so it's just like a general, like a few things from each.
Oh my God, I'm not.
Thomas
opening
can
this.
go.
So
Dude, 3 is cool.
this is my little pistol. It is a prototype. It's the one that like when I stole all those plans from Benkei/Tatsudyne, I kept one for myself because it was super cool, and like I sold all the rest but kept this one and built it. It's called Lil Suko because it's like my trophy, and Tetsuko is the like designer of all the like guns and stuff, or at least was at one point for Tatsudyne. And so, this is his little baby that I took.
That's amazing.
It's like sort of a plasma gun in a way, like it superheats metal, and like then fires out a spray of this like superheated metal. But it doesn't work very well. It was still like an early prototype when he stole it, and so like it'll do some mean things to like exposed flesh, but like a little bit of armor will cut it back significantly. That's it.
So that's your gear, basically. That and like your deck, sort of thing. Brock, what's in this file?
So Terminus has a custom assault rifle, and the
Not
whole
several custom assault rifles.
No, just one. He also has a machine pistol, which is a little bit like the final image, the 9th. It's black, obviously, in real life, and it doesn't have a dumb little sight, but it's like a pistol, and then it has that thing on the front where like a big clip goes in. It doesn't stick out the bottom though, because I don't like that. So it's like flush. Anyway, that's his machine pistol. But like the whole aesthetic for Tatsudyne, I think, is like this like slim, like kind of rectangular, like these long. It's all like one piece usually. Like this is like dumb video game nerd stuff. But if you think of like an AK-47 or like an M16, there's like the circular barrel and then the sort of like different shaped body and then the different shaped stock, and like it's not like that. Like Tatsudyne is all like every
Like
part.
number 4.
Yes, sort of like every part flows into the next. I think there's a lot of those like full stocks, like in 4 and 5, where like the stock is like directly attached to the handle like that. So his is kind of like that. Like it's also black. I think my favorite image is number 1, which is why it's number 1. They're kind of like that. It's kind of like 4 in 1, the 4th one there. It's like they've got like these little like very sort of metallic, like machiny. I don't know how to describe this aesthetic, but it's got like the little vents and like just ridges that like don't necessarily serve any obvious purpose, but that's just like the look. It's like sleek but like very machiny looking. I think his gun does this cool thing. I put it in the Google Drive. It was one of these images. I can just link it real quick. I'm just gonna find it real quick. Here we go. I think it does that cool thing where it like these like hollow circles come up on the barrel, like the front area, and then like you can see them like shit flashing in his eyes is like there was like interface with his HUD in his eyes. So like you can see the stuff on the gun, but not the stuff in his eyes. And he has a katana, which is like a big. It's also like machiny. It's like bulky. It's bigger than you think a katana should be. It's like it's more straight. It's like a giant like box cutter like that. It's all like hard angles, not super curvy. And it's got just like a blue like light up the middle because like of course I do.
Because it's the future.
Because it's the cyber future. I think
finally
both
just
of
got
them.
some file open, so please start over.
Oh my god, no, it's fine. It's mostly like the first image.
You have a gun.
Well, that's rude. It's not just a gun. And they like, I think they like magnet onto the back of his armor because again, it's the cyber future. It's like Mass Effect stuff where it's just like, shoop, there's my gun. There's my katana. And yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so I need to take a bathroom break, like literally 2 minutes, like real quick. This is kind of a good place to chill for a second. Anyways, we'd like done the whole character thing, and then we'll come back, and then I'll start the mission. Well, I'll like
I need to find
explain.
a picture for. I need to find a picture for my armored fridge.
You can find a picture for your armored fridge. I'll describe the city, and then we'll throw you in the mission, I guess. So I will be back.
Oh my god!
Literally like 2 minutes. Hang on a second.
Can we have like 5 or something?
5 minutes.